It's been 3 decades since those chilling words first sent shivers down our spines. Now Neve Campbell, the woman who defined the Scream era, is back. After 30 years of running, fighting, and surviving, Sidney Prescott returns to face a new nightmare. But this time she's not just a survivor, she's a mother. Welcome back to Woodsboro, everyone. And before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to CelebSpill, where we bring you every twist, tear, and terror from Hollywood's biggest stars. When Scream hit theaters back in 1996, it didn't just redefine horror, it revived it. Wes Craven's meta-slasher masterpiece made audiences laugh, gasp, and peek through their fingers as Ghostface carved his way into pop culture. And at the heart of it all stood Neve Campbell, the then 23-year-old actress whose grounded portrayal of Sidney Prescott gave horror something it hadn't seen in a long time, a final girl who felt real. Now, 30 years later, Neve walks back onto a Scream set once again. But this time, everything feels different. It's been 30 years, she laughs during her interview with Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Frazier. I'm really old now. But behind that lighthearted humor, there's pride. The pride of someone who has carried a franchise through generations. Neve calls this her full circle moment. Few actors get the chance to revisit the role that defined them 3 decades later. And fewer still can say that character grew up with them. When Scream 7 opens, Sidney's world looks completely different. She's traded in running from masked killers for raising a teenage daughter. Her husband, played by McHale, brings a surprising layer of warmth to the story. And their daughter, played by 1883's Isabelle, brings heart. As Neve describes it, Sidney's happy, she's a mom, she has a family, she feels safe, and she's really tried to put her past behind her. But fans know, peace never lasts long in Woodsboro. When a new series of killings erupts, Sidney's picture-perfect world starts to unravel. Her daughter looks up to her, wanting to be a fighter just like her mom. But some battles, as Sidney knows too well, don't end easily. If you hurt her, Sidney warns Ghostface in a chilling moment from the trailer, I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it. It's raw, it's fierce, it's Sidney Prescott in her most powerful form yet. For fans of the franchise, this is huge. After decades of writing and producing the series, Scream 7 finally sees Kevin Williamson, the original creator, step into the director's chair. The man who wrote the very first Scream is finally calling the shots behind the camera. Williamson promises a story that goes back to the roots. Tension, mystery, and dark humor that made Scream so iconic. But this time, the focus is on family, healing, and what it means to confront the ghosts of your past, literally and figuratively. Neve says working with Williamson again feels like coming home. Their creative chemistry is undeniable. He knows Sidney better than anyone, and she is Sidney. It's the perfect reunion of creator and muse. Of course, what would a Scream movie be without Gale Weathers? The sharp-tongued journalist, played by Courtney, is also returning, and according to Neve, it's pure magic. Oh my god, it was heaven, Neve gushes. A blast. These films are a lot of fun. The two actresses, both original cast members, have shared a cinematic sisterhood since the 90s. From on-screen rivals to off-screen friends, their connection runs deep. Fans can expect the same witty banter, emotional depth, and power that made their dynamic unforgettable. Because at this point, Sidney and Gale aren't just survivors, they're legends. So, what's in store for fans this time around? Expect nostalgia, terror, and a whole lot of emotion. Early glimpses suggest Scream 7 will dive into the cost of survival, how trauma echoes through generations. Sidney's daughter may be the next target, forcing her to revisit the horrors she's tried to forget. But this time, she's not running. She's fighting back. And in true Scream fashion, there's always a twist waiting just behind the mask. Rumors are swirling about surprise cameos, shocking deaths, and a Ghostface unlike any we've seen before. One who knows Sidney better than anyone ever could. Fans are already buzzing online about whether this could be the final chapter in the Prescott saga, or the beginning of a new legacy. Whatever the case, Neve's return guarantees one thing. It's going to be emotional, intense, and unforgettable. Behind all the screams and stabbings, Neve Campbell remains one of Hollywood's most grounded stars. She's always handled fame with quiet grace, rarely seeking the spotlight, yet always commanding it when she appears on screen. In interviews, she's often said that Scream changed her life, but it's clear she changed the genre too. Sidney Prescott became more than just a character. She became a symbol of survival, of facing fear and coming out stronger. And for Neve, stepping back into that role after 30 years isn't about horror, it's about honor. Honor for the fans who have stayed with her since the first film, honor for Wes Craven, who started it all, and honor for the legacy that continues to evolve with each new generation. As Scream 7 prepares to hit theaters on February 27th, fans everywhere are bracing for what promises to be an unforgettable ride, a new Ghostface, a new chapter, and a familiar voice whispering through the dark, "Hello, Sidney." 30 years later, the story comes full circle. But one thing's for sure, the screams aren't over yet. If you love exclusive Hollywood stories, emotional moments, and inside looks into your favorite stars, make sure to subscribe to CelebSpill and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started.